I'm Eggy Drago. I am the cream of the crop. I am the yolk on top. I'm a part-time video store clerk, a part-time brawler. Oh yeah, and a full-time human being. Wow. When I went to Tokyo back in February 2024, I went to an idol concert on a whim because my VTuber Oshi, who graduated, was into that scene. Needless to say, I got hooked. Yeah, I think we bought too many Checkies. After talking to a few idols, I realized every single one of them has a story, be it why they chased this dream, their ups and downs, and even their future after all this. And that's what I'm here to do. Learn more about the idol culture, the various scenes around the world, and to give them a platform to tell their stories. Every idol has a dream and a story to tell. This is IDOLEYEZ. Idolparty LA happened last Sunday and it was a blast. After getting hooked to going to idol shows in Tokyo this year and wanting to see more kaigai idols, of course I had to go to this event and spend a lot on Checky. We'll be joined by Ashes to talk about the event and to talk about their history within the US kaigai idol community. All eyes on me. IDOLEYEZ Episode 8. Idolparty LA Talk with Ashes. Thursday, June 27th, 5 p.m. PDT, 8 p.m. EDT. Streamed live on twitch.tv/EggyDrago and uploaded on youtube.com/@idoleyez101. Hello, everybody. Whoa. I am the cream of the crop. Ooh, I am the cream of the crop. I am the yolk on top. I am mighty Eggy Drago, and we are here for IDOLEYEZ Episode 8 with Sunny D, aka the Stella Grim Reaper, aka the undefeated champion in Checky Mashi. This is Ashes. Ashes, how are you?
I think you talked me up a little too much, but hi, I'm okay.
But yes, we are here. Eggy Drago, Ashes. It is a joint op as we talk about what happened last Sunday, probably one of the biggest US Kaiga Idol events, I guess this year. Idolparty LA. What a night it was. What a night it was for everyone. Oh my god. Oh really? 819. Thank you for the raid.
Yeah.
Shout out to you. But yes, it is time where we talk about. Where we talk about Idolparty LA. You're playing Rock Band 4, awesome. But yes, Ashes. I guess like for anyone that doesn't know, what was your involvement?
Yeah. So first and foremost, hi. I'm Ashes. If you didn't catch that by the 8 other times that it's been said. So I mostly do social media and public relations work. So that was my primary goal with Idolparty in LA, as well as for Northwest Idol Fest.
Yeah. So, I guess like what was like the foundation of this event? How did this come to be?
Yeah, so it initially started with SoCal Idol Fest, which was a bit of an offshoot from Northwest Idol Fest, based on the name, which was a joint operation between us and Any Marketplace, which was a SoCal sort of like event team, like event organization. We ran SoCal Idol Fest in August, and there was an individual there who was like really impressed, and they were like, "Wow, I didn't realize that there was such a rich like idol culture in Southern California. I'd love to get you in contact with someone who's been wanting to run idol events in America." And that's how we ended up meeting Masahiro Suzuki-san from Alice In Project. he was wanting to run like an American like kaigai idol like Taiban, similar to Taibans in Japan and other regions. And so we started discussing with him. We initially started speaking with him late last year, and then really started planning things in January.
See, you remember like Phoebe was talking about how this was like, and ooh, planned earlier in
Mhm.
the year, and then time or time, it's pretty
Yeah.
much awesome. Like from a fan, someone who, but
Yeah, I'm
yeah,
happy to hear that.
I guess like as someone who was a part of the hardest part, like
Honestly,
logistic wise.
logistic wise, the hardest thing, like for really any event, but especially for us as well, was finding a venue that suited our needs because it's really hard to like shop to a space like a owner of a space like yeah so we're gonna have people perform and there's going to be a lot of fans and they're going to be shouting a lot of things that not going to make any sense to you like and not to mention the fact that like if it was like a K-pop thing for example like it would be a lot easier to sell just because people will see like a profitability within K-pop etc but with J-pop idols it's a little bit different just because like in the grand scheme of things J-pop is not quite as well known so people don't know the culture as well and so it's hard for them to like visualize like oh people are going to attend this so I think finding the venue was probably the most difficult thing for us I myself didn't get to tour just because I'm literally across the country um but there was quite a few times where we toured like different venues and we had nailed it down to about five or so before we finally settled on View Music Bar in Torrance.
Honestly, that was a pretty good venue. Yeah. So, I mean, like we did prove ourselves, or you did prove yourselves because like that whole thing was sold out, super no vacancy, and I guess like if another idol party happened and you're shopping around for another venue, or if you do repeat the view,
Mhm.
it's fine. Like it's a good like I guess it's a good place to like show that like there is profitability and like actual fans that'll probably
Yeah.
go to this, right?
Yeah, it's a good testament to be like, hey, our first event ever sold out before the event happened. So that's definitely like something good to like keep in our pocket too. Like if we end up approaching another venue or if we approach View again and just say like, hey, we had this event here last time and this is what we did and what we did for you guys.
I mean, like I wouldn't mind if like the view was like the signature venue for Idol Party. Like there was like there wasn't really anything that bad. Yeah, it'd be fine to have it for volume 2.
Yeah, definitely. I'll make sure to pass that feedback along too to the team.
I guess like my next question for like had we had a lot of like had like looking at the set. Strawberry Sunday, we had Barry, Aquarius, Hamilton, local hometown favorites, Asioto Cafe, Phoebe, and were like there any other guests that were probably that like couldn't show up or like planning fake spot at
So
that?
in our planning phase, I know that we had initially, and I feel comfortable sharing this. Initially, we had wanted to approach Asilio, this is Himari Tsukishiro. But unfortunately, she's over on this end of the country right now. Literally the day before performing in my hometown, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Go Birds. I had to slip it in. I had to slip it in. She was performing in Philadelphia literally the night before, so it just would not have been viable for her to perform in Philly and then immediately fly out to California and then come back for this weekend for Natsumatsuri up in Carteret. So
Going coast to coast and then coast to coast. Yeah.
yeah, which I mean, to be fair, I'm also doing that, but I'm also not performing,
Right.
so it's not as much of a strain on me.
For sure. Um.
But otherwise, like everyone else that we had were part of our initial plans. Um, At Home originally was not supposed to be joining us. They were a last minute idea that Marlon had, and he had reached out to them, and they had agreed, and they're like, "Yeah, we'd love to like come out to Los Angeles." And so originally they were not supposed to be part of the event. But I'm very grateful that they did come because they were so much fun and everyone loved them.
They were like the, I guess like the headline. Yeah. Yeah, they were really good performers. I know like a bunch of people that got VIP or sponsor because they saw that At Home Cafe was like headlining and they wanted to go.
Yeah.
Like I know one person that was from Chicago and just flew here because like they loved the At Home Cafe maids because like they saw them a lot in Japan and like yeah, so the dedication to like see their Oshis.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, there were multiple people actually that flew in from out of state. Not counting myself. I know of 2 people from Chicago and then 1 from I believe Arizona, who had flown in, and then of course you obviously as well.
Yeah, of course. For a 1 hour flight to to Cali. But yeah, so I guess At Home was like, you know, out of nowhere headlined. I guess I want to ask like, what made this event special compared to other U.S. kaigai events?
I think what made Idolparty special is the fact that we operated completely independent of a convention. A lot of Kaigai Idol events are still, I don't want to say stuck, but I think stuck is unfortunately the best way I can word it. A lot of them are still stuck within the confines of an anime convention, just because at the end of the day, it is a lot more affordable to run idol events at conventions because the convention staff's already there to handle AV. You have a large space for everyone. Whereas us, like all of the payment burden was on us. We had to handle our own AV. We handled the event, like cost, etc. So I think that was probably the big main difference. And then also too, all of our performers, we didn't have any cosplay performers. Not to say there's anything wrong with cosplay performers, but all of our performers were original performers in their own way. Um, which I think is also a big difference because you don't really see that at a lot of conventions, except I think maybe Otakon, and then of course Northwest Idol Fest, Northern Lights. Those are events that have a focus on original non-cosplay performers. So I think that's also a big difference too.
And like, I guess like everyone that got a slot in for Idolparty did. I guess like who. I mean, there was like a bunch of covers, but like everyone mostly did original stuff. Say.
Yeah. So when I say like original performer, I just mean like they didn't perform in cosplay as a character.
Right.
They were essentially themselves.
Sure. I guess like my last thing about like before we like get into the nitty gritty of the event, but like did you have like any like notable interactions with the guests? Like I know like I asked this and like you did say you interacted with everyone except for At Home Cafe, but like is there like anything else that you want to?
I mean, technically, I did interact with At Home as well. The main difference is a lot of the performers are individuals that I've known, whether from attending other like SoCal Idol events or just like getting to know them. But in terms of like At Home, like I wasn't really super familiar with them. Like I knew my friends were fans of At Home and specifically Team Saboten, who were the members who came out. I wasn't really familiar with them that well. I think notable interactions for me, of course, like getting to chat with everybody, like getting to see like my Oshi from Asayoru Maho. I think the one, and I still feel so bad about this. I had popped into the green room just super briefly, just to like grab. I had like a big thing of water in there, and I went to grab it, and the at-home girls were in there, and Chimu like sees me like pop my head in. She sees my staff badge, and she's like, sumimasen. And she points up at the ceiling. She's like, Kudu, please, because it was a hot. It was hot in that venue before we started, and I was like, hi, hi, hi. And so I walk over to Eliana, and I was like, can we please have the venue turn the air down? Shimu was asking really nicely. I was like, I can't let her sweat.
All right. So talked about like the foundation about it, but let's head into the event for real. Starting with the pre-show. So the pre-show was around, I guess like so like VIPs, sponsors, cameramen waited outside for a bit. I think like it was a little bit delayed. I guess something happened. Cause like
Yeah. So unfortunately, we were having a little bit of an issue with the sound check. So we were running about 30 minutes behind by the time we called like the VIPs in. Um, we did actually end up starting like the actual performances on time at least. But yeah, like to get everyone in for the VIP event, we were unfortunately a little delayed. Um, I feel like that's just like an issue that we've had with every Idol Fest is because everyone does want to like run through their like set list like super quick. Like sometimes we do end up running a little delayed. We did have like some issues with the sound itself that knocked us a little bit behind. Yeah, but sorry, continue.
so a little bit of delay. That was fine. Got everyone in. The first thing that they did was the group photo with all performers. Ashes, did you do a did you do a picture with everyone or no?
I didn't actually. I didn't want to take time away from the individuals who had actually paid like for the event. I did want to do one, but I didn't just because I wanted to be fair to everyone.
So we did the I guess like I did because like I got the full disclaimer. I got the cameraman. I brought little professional camera and took photos. The photos that you saw starting to see the screen, there's mine. But like I got that. Of course, I got the chance to do the group photo, and we're gonna go to another scene because this photo. What am I doing? All right, we'll go here. Right. So here's that photo. here's 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 this dumbass. Sorry. Here's me. Look at me. All right. I got the mayor's jersey. Okay, so the instructions were like, get in the middle, sit down, make a heart, right? Make a heart. Everyone's making a heart. At home made. Heart. Heart. BB, perfect heart. 10 out of 10. Amu, heart. What is this? What am I doing? What is this?
That is a rectangle.
What is this? I don't know why I screwed up making a heart, but here we are. There's my photo. Where, it looks like a pumpkin, not a heart. Whatever. But yes, this was what all the VIP sponsors did. They took a photo. Rapid fire, no retakes. But they took like 3 photos, so yeah. It's pretty cool. Yeah, and then posted on Twitter and then no! Why? Why?
Now everyone sees my hand pumpkin.
I'm back. But yeah, we did the photo. I guess like everyone was still settling in because like it's maybe and then so the layout was there's like three like roped off sections right in front stage right, One, or two of them were for cameramen. Middle, right in front row was for sponsors, and then everyone else, I guess VIPs and GA, just like went around or like you know stood their place wherever. But like
Yeah, you like filled in the space. Now non VIP, they were allowed to stand. I guess like on the sidelines of the stage. As long as it didn't interfere with any of the Bupon tables. So they did have that area as well.
right. So I guess like got my place. Got my place in the left section, or like stage left? No, left section, right? To like set up like camera and stuff. I want to say I don't know if it's a little small. I guess like you know what, say it. Like the section is a little bit small compared to like the amount of people that were there. I want to say like got tall dude, got French man, got girl with iPhone. I want to say like and other guy, glasses guy. So 4 or 5 people in that section, including me. So total 5, maybe 6 people. I guess like I don't know, maybe a little bit more room would be fine.
Okay.
Other than that, it's fine. We'll talk about tall man later, but yeah. So I was there, camera section, fine. And then I think everyone was still said, oh no. Here we go. We had the talking segment with Marlon and Mr. Allison Project. I don't know his name. Sorry.
Oh, this is Masahiro Suzuki-san, right?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we did that, or like they did that. They had like,
Mhm.
I guess like they recorded something for Japanese media, something. What was? They had like all the performers like say why they became a mini idolized episode, why they became an idol. What was? How they became an idol? Why are they doing this? What do they talk cement? Yes. And pretty much like they did that, did a little pose so everyone could take pictures, and that was pretty much it. Rinse and repeat for like everyone, and big group photo. Yeah, that was pretty much for that. And then after that, like, what happened? Oh my god, the power breaker. blew up.
Oh, I am surprised I still actually have nails after that, cause like everything like cut right as we were about to start, and I'm like, there's no way,
Oh my god.
there's no way, there's no way. But we were able to get it resolved. And then it happened again
Yeah,
right
it did.
before the first performance was about to start, and I'm like, oh, well, at least we know what like caused it, but like,
Cause
like,
it was like during like Strawberry Sunday's like I guess like intro, and then
their BTR, yeah.
and then it just cut, and then oh no. But
yeah, when it cut the second time, I was like, oh my god, we're gonna have to cancel the event.
no, that'd be
I was
so
panicked.
so bad. But at least I got fixed, and then show went on, and the first performers were Strawberry Sunday, who were really good. Were very, very good. I think off the top of my head, the one performance I do remember was the Megatsune cover.
Oh my gosh, it was so good.
Yeah, with the fox mask, and they just threw it in the crowd. That was awesome. Do you have anything to say about their performance?
So I love Festive. I've gotten to see Festive 3 times. I love Uemase. I love that it's a very interactive song. There's a lot of furry copy. There's a lot of calls. There's a lot of unique calls for it too. And so I knew the set list ahead of time. So I was trying like my best to just be like, okay, I'm gonna like forget like the order so like I can be surprised. And yeah, there was supposed to be a meeting and I missed it. Sorry.
Sorry about that.
Listen, I'm doing my PR thing secretly. Um, but so like when it started, like my heart like skipped a beat and I'm like it's time. So that Oinamasa was definitely the standout for me, but their whole set was really good. Like I really enjoyed too because they did like AKB48 songs as well. And like AKB48 was one of like I won't say it's one of my interests in like 3D idol stuff, but like it was definitely one of the first groups I listened to outside of Hella Project groups. And so like getting to hear like my favorite AKB48 song, which is River, and then hearing Aitakata, I was like, oh yeah, this is what I've been wanting.
Yeah, I mean, other than like Phoebe, it's pretty much the first time seeing the performer. So like
Okay.
starting off with Strawberry Sunday, they were pretty good and they were pretty powerful performance. Today. Yeah, and then up next. By the way, like was there like a break? Was there like a?
There was about a 5 minute break, which to be fair is pretty standard for most Thai bonds in Japan as well. Like you get like a few minute breather
Yeah.
and then you move into the next performer.
Oh, by the way, we should probably like, everyone, like really got a lot of time. Like everyone got like 30 minutes, which is very
Yes.
compared to like Japan or Taiwan's. People get like 50. It's like I guess like you get them more bang for your buck, and like everyone gives it their all for like a lot of time. So I do appreciate that like they got like 30 minutes instead of 15, 20.
Yeah, it did also help too that we had like a smaller like guest list. Like a lot of Japanese Thai bonds as well. They'll usually have like 8, 9, 10 performers. So they usually cut it down to like 17 to 20 minutes or so. For us, because we technically only had like 7 performers, we had we had more time as well because the event did run essentially 2 to 8. So we had like a good amount of time for people to also be able to perform, like give MC, etc.
Pretty fair. The more minutes. Up next was Barry. For me, I knew about Barry from watching some vlog about SoCal Idol Fest and like see about Sorbet.
Yeah.
Them left.
Mm-hmm.
I do like. She's strong, pretty much. Like
Oh yeah.
going through like all of that and like still keeping going like a year later. It's pretty ballsy.
Yeah.
She did a couple songs, and oh yeah, no, she did like an original song, right? And it was
It was Waku Waku Dreaming.
Waku Waku, yes, there we go, yeah, and that was fun. That was a fun song. What else? Barry had her, yes, yeah. I think she had a vlog about it.
Yeah, it was last month, I believe.
Yeah. And pretty much seeing them for the first time, they're pretty good, really good. Ashes, do you have like any?
For Barry, so I've been following Barry for a few years now. I was following them when they were in a Love Live cover group called Epcodica. And I remember like Epcodica was actually like the first, not the first, but one of the first like idol performance groups that I saw in SoCal. I saw them at Annie Fest 2022. And they did Sharon from Love Live cover. And they were just like Epcodica was super fun. So I've been following since then. And so I feel bad because I had promised Barry like, oh yeah, I'm gonna create like a mix guide for Waka Waka Dreaming. I'm not. I will admit I said I would work on it. I kind of just came up with all the calls I did on the spot for that song. Everything fit at least, but otherwise, yeah. I think what I really liked about Barry's set as well is Barry has a bit of a, I don't want to say like traditional idol feel, but when compared to like the rest of the performers, it is a very um like traditional like Love Live-ish like vibe. Um that I really, really liked because I think it complemented the rest of the performers really well too. Because you had like Strawberry Sunday who like dipped their toes into like alt idol stuff with Baby Metal, and then the other performers, which we'll go into later, they also had like their own like stuff that they performed.
Yeah, I'd say like uh Barry was say normal, but like I guess slightly traditional. Slightly. But yeah, like
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, like, there's Idol doesn't have to be like one shape or form. It doesn't have to be like
Exactly, yeah.
genre. Yeah, like Barry was good. So up next was Aquarius. I guess for me, I only knew about Aquarius because Jay from the group performed at Aiden's last live in Japan, and pretty awesome. So
Oh my goodness, I love Jay.
Jay's cool. I got what? I got a checky from them. It's great to talk to them about. I told them to stand Crazy Fantasy.
Listen, you being God's strongest crazy fantasy PR machine versus me being God's strongest Sora Sora PR machine, I get it. By the way, you see those album covers right next to me, to like the left of me? That's the girls from Sora Sora. Like, go listen to them. Thanks.
But yeah, Aquarius were fun. They did songs. They did their original
Yes.
Racquetball, which was the instrumental that was playing in the intro right before this, but that was a good song.
Oh my god, Racquetball is such a bop.
They had like a lot of props. They did like the ribbon thing. They had the fans. Oh my god. When this is gonna be a deep cut. When they had the fans on, or like they got the fan. I thought they were gonna do that or like Kaguya no Shiroe from Love Live.
Oh my god, yeah.
Because like, oh my god, they're like, oh my god, I haven't heard this song in forever. But like, no, they did Aku at the ending, which is still fun. So I was like, oh man, I wanted Love Live.
Also, I don't mean to interrupt you, but super quick. Yes, I am reading the chat. No, there will never be an Ashes Idol beef. Stop asking. Sorry, continue.
But yeah, was expecting another song, but better song instead. But Aquarius did a bunch of songs. They had a lot of props. They had the ribbons, fans. You have anything to talk about? Aquarius.
Super difficult ink. Really, like one of my favorite performances of the day was definitely them doing Den and Passion. I love Dempagumi. I love, that's like one of my favorite songs. So like when they pulled the ribbons out, I'm like, there's no way they're doing it. And then the music started, I'm like, oh my god, they're doing it. And so like I ran into the back because that's where like a lot of the like 3D like Chica Idol fans were. And we all did like the furry copy for Den Den Passion, which was like so fun. And it was really, I think what I was really, really wanting from the event was to like meet like other Chica Idol fans.
For sure. Because like, common interest. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Aquarius happened. They were good. What else?
Aquarius is a group that I've been following since like 2017, like way, way back, because they used to be a Love Live cover group. That's why their name's Aquarius. They used to be an Aqua. Yeah, they used to be an Aqua cover group. And so I've been following them since then. So like seeing their transition from being like a Love Live cosplay cover group into doing like just regular covers, like 3D Idol songs, into having their own original song now, it's crazy. And it makes me so happy because I think it shows a lot of other like Love Live cover groups that may be interested in dipping their toes into like 3D Idol music, dipping their toes in like original music, that it's definitely possible.
I was surprised because like I think during the MC segment they said like they were doing this for like or it's been like their 7th year or something.
Yeah, this is our 7th year.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
and that's they're still stuck together.
Yeah.
um,
And someone mentioned too they'll also be at the AX Crossing, which is like AX's new outdoor area. That they're gonna have an outdoor stage on, and they're performing. I want to say it's an hour-long set.
ooh,
So like yeah, so like endurance set for sure.
that's basically a one-man live.
It is, yeah.
After Aquarius was Hamu Cotton. I primarily knew Hamu Cotton as a cosplayer. I followed them on Twitter. I didn't know that they performed, so
Yeah.
that was interesting to
Um,
see.
her first time performing live, I want to say actually like doing like live vocals was actually SoCal Idol Fest.
Mm.
She's been kind of like straying away from doing like cosplay cover stuff for the last few months now. And honestly, like I don't think she can. I don't think there's anything she can't do, because she does dance, she sings live, she MC'd for us at SoCal Idol Fest as well. She was a great MC. She was so fun. Really kept like the audience engaged. Um, she's like just an amazing dancer.
For sure,
I
like
and her set list
powerful.
was really fun too. She had a little bit of everything in there. Cause she had like some Vocaloid stuff. She did like some VTuber songs. She did K-pop,
Oh yeah, because
which
she did God's Menu. Like
yeah, she did God's Menu. And I just remember I was sitting down with some folks, and they heard God's Menu start, and they're like, "There's no way she's doing that."
it was like a small section of song, but like
Yeah.
that was surprising to see to hear K-pop here. But like yeah. But yeah, Hamu's fun. Hamu's like a probably like ah, probably the better dancers that I've seen that whole week. Yeah, powerful dancer.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about. Okay, so Hamu did 3 by Marine and Kobo.
Yes.
Of course, has the chorus stands with. That was fun. I was not expecting that. I was like, when the song started, I was like, oh my god. And then oh man, when she did the dance chorus, I was trying to see 8 foot tall man blocked my whole way. Money,
Monty, we love you, but you have to shrink, Monty.
I couldn't see the whole dance. I was like, no. And then like camera section was small, and I didn't want to be a douchebag and like block another person's way behind. So I was like, I guess I'll stay here and not see this performance.
I'm so sorry about that.
It's fine. It's fine.
I'll definitely make sure that like we make the sections wider as well in the future.
Yeah, cause like, I think like someone tried to like make it wider. No, that was during like Aquarius's part, cause like they were running into like the front of the stage, so that's why like someone adjusted like the way the.
It was for Aquarius because they were performing in like the area directly in front of the VIP and camera zones.
Right.
Like they had walked up that way. So everything got readjusted really quickly.
Right. So, and then it got so yeah. So that happened. I couldn't see 3, sadly. Hopefully, I'm putting a $10,000 bounty if you could find some video footage of Hamu doing covering 3.
Oh.
Then
I can send you a fan cam later.
oh my god. All right. Do you want
Monty took it. Yeah, I'll send it to you later.
Pay up? Bitcoin or Dogecoin?
I take Venmo, I take PayPal, I take Wise,
Take Wire?
I take Zelle. Yeah, I take Wire. You can do it through Remitly, you know.
All right, and then Hamu did those songs. I was surprised like she did like smaller parts. I mean, like to fit in for the variety, she did like stuff.
Yeah,
cut
I think
off
she
some
did, like,
stuff. or like cut off
10,
sections.
11? Like she did
Yeah,
quite a few songs.
I get like why she had to like stuff. That was fun. That was a fun set. Up next, the hometown heroes, technically, I guess, or like stateside hero. Asayoru made cafe. I know for a fact that like a lot of people came
Yeah.
for Asayoru made cafe, and it was
Oh yeah.
my first time seeing them, and we're good, really good.
Yeah. So that was specifically Asagaru's idol unit. They had formed it after we had already announced them. So that's why the announcements still say Asagaru and not Moeage. But it was their idol unit specifically. They had only performed as Moeage one other time, which was, I want to say it was the weekend before Idolparty. But a lot of the performers were like the people who usually do like their idol performances anyway, like Sumi, Maho, Riri, etc. I've been a fan of Asayoru since January 2022. I got to see them for the first time at Anime Los Angeles 2022. And I like made culture and idol culture are like just cut from two different corners of the same cloth at the end of the day. There's a lot more nuance, but at the end of the day, it's kind of like similar. And so this is a bit of a sidebar, but I do just want to like super briefly cut into this.
Yeah, it's fine.
So ALA, they had a booth in the back, and this was before they had built like their first brick and mortar. Like they were still doing pop-up events. They had like a booth in the back, and all the maids were taking like Chucky. And I was just looking through like the maids that were at the booth because they have a little booklet, basically like this is the maid, like this is the stuff that they like, this is the type of maid that they are. We can make a beautiful yak history.
No, it's fine. It's fine. That's the point of the podcast.
And so they were like, oh, like what type of maid do you like? Do you like a cute maid? Do you like a goth maid? And I was flipping through, and I was like, I kind of want like like a punkish maid, like a goth maid. And finally, I flipped through, and I was like, let me get a Chucky with this maid, a Chucky with this maid. It was Sumi and Maho. And I gotten the Chucky with Maho first, and I had a Nesoberry plush a special week from Uma Musume. And when I walked up to Maho, I was like, hey, can like we have her in the photo too? Is that okay? And she's like, oh my god, Uma, the special week's my favorite Uma. And I'm like, oh my god. So like first and foremost, like she knew who Special Week was, and two, like she was a fan of the series, so like immediately I'm just like, I'm gonna die for this girl. And that's how I started being a Maho Oshi. Sumi is also up there. She's very sweet, very kind. She's like super like low tone, like when she speaks. Like she's very sweet. She's very like mousy kind of. And then you can watch like the video of like at home performing, and you'll just hear her go. It's so funny. Sorry, but anyway, so I was very excited for Asagaru. They performed a bunch of the songs that they had done during their debut. And so like I was super excited because I knew one of them was Kimi Dake no Wonderland by Appare, which is another one of my favorite songs, like Chica Idol songs. So once again, went in the back, did the furry copy, did all the calls with everybody. It was it was a time, I'll say that. I don't say that in a bad way. It's just I have no other way to describe it.
Yeah, I mean, I had fun watching because like they had
It was goofy Oda antics at the end of the day.
They had a lot of people on there, a lot of maids. But like, it was fun watching them. I think like they had like the most people, except for like the collab at the end.
Yeah,
they had, like,
because
everyone.
they had like 8, 9 members. Like it was something akin to that, yeah.
I do like Riri's.
Riri's great.
I like red. But yeah, Asiota's Moeage was fun.
Yeah.
And then
And the thing I liked, sorry, I don't mean to cut you off.
fine,
This is
that's
the last
fine.
thing I'll say. The other thing I liked too about Asayoru is a lot of the songs that they did weren't mainstream.
Right.
Like they weren't even like really deep cuts, but like I've never ever heard like someone perform like a Mad Medicine song before, like at an idol showcase or anything like that. So that's what I really enjoyed too, was like they were getting in like the nitty gritty of like Chica idol culture and performing stuff that no one has really heard before, like at least in the West.
Right. It wasn't the usual stuff.
Exactly.
And like as someone who's just getting into the, it's fun to hear like a variety of stuff. Like stuff. That,
Yes, exactly.
You have like mainstream, the baby metal cover. You have like stuff like cover. It's pretty interesting to like. So, yes, moving a little bit further. We had Phoebe.
Yes.
But yeah.
Same.
Phoebe, I saw Phoebe like the day before at the Soon Scoops event.
Yeah.
She collabed with Soon Scoops to have like 2 different flavors. I was there for the two performances that she did, and that was like the first time I saw her. Like for real, because I saw like some of the clips and stuff. It's very different seeing like someone perform IRL compared to like seeing something on YouTube. But like, yeah, Phoebe's so good. Phoebe's so good. Oh my god. Yeah, seeing them at Soon Scoops, they're awesome. But
I'm so jealous you got the ice
Oh!
cream. I wanted I don't remember which flavor it was, but there's one flavor I wanted so bad.
the bees honeys. It was like
It was I think that was it.
it was
Yeah.
like Biscoff, honey,
Yeah,
and rose
it had the
water.
Biscoff in it.
It
Yeah.
was so good.
Oh man.
Oh, by the way, do you still need the keychain?
No, one of my SoCal friends was able to pick one up for me.
Totally cool.
So
I might
she's
as
all
well,
yours now.
I might as well just keep it in
Yes.
merch stand.
Yes.
But like, yeah. Soon School's happened. That was the first time I saw her perform. Awesome. Phoebe performed basically the headlining kaigai, because like after her at home cafe, so she basically last kaigai performed. She was awesome. Like, what else is there to say? Like seeing her perform, that energy. This sounds like me gassing up. What this is, because like watching her perform then really like put her up. I know my mic is cutting. I really don't know how to fix it. I am so sorry. I am very sorry. But yeah, Phoebe, good. She shot up into my Oshi list, so that's awesome. And then I got like for my Oshi, I do have like slits and stuff. I have like green for Gumi, purple for Rhea, and then pink for Phoebe. Yay, woo. Oh, so yeah, Phoebe was so good. And then she did Busy Bee. She did
Phoebe.
She did
Fairy Tale. She did Start Again. She debuted a new song.
I think it was
as well.
Yeah, Melody. I think.
No, that's the Sanrio character. Try again. I think.
I don't know.
It's
I don't remember what it's called.
Star Harmony. I don't remember.
Harmony?
No, Star Chaser. Star Chaser is an old song. You're a fake fan.
Star Chaser was good, but like that new song was. And she teared up, and I also teared up. I teared up.
You threw up?
No, I teared up.
Oh. I was like, you what?
No, hurling during a Phoebe performance would be crazy. No, I tear up though. I did tear up during like the new song, but like.
Yeah.
I don't know what else to say. Phoebe was so good. Oh my god, I can't believe I'm seeing her again next Saturday. Um, uh, you have
I
anything
think the
to
only thing
say?
I have to say for Phoebe, as someone who has seen Phoebe over, gosh, over 10 times now, I think at this point, between different conventions and stuff, she consistently always will deliver an amazing show. Uh, I threw up. She'll always deliver like a consistently amazing show. The fun thing is like, so a lot of the calls for Phoebe songs were kind of just like cooked up with between Marlon and I. Um, and as like time goes on, new tech is created for mix. We've started like evolving some of the calls as well. Like for example, for the Idoleye Kai, for Start Again, we're slowly now starting to transition that into like a bit of a newer tech, which is Aishiteru. So you may have heard like some people doing the ay moikai and some people doing ay aishiteru. And you'll slowly over time hear the crowd morph into that ay aishiteru, which is what makes mix really cool. Anyway, that's all I had to say.
Yeah. I guess like for me, I didn't really do. Unfortunately, I didn't do mix. I just vibed, which I probably should have done mix, and I probably should do like go to one of your
Well,
panels. But like,
well,
yeah,
good thing you'll have a do-over this weekend.
for sure. But yeah, that was basically me in Japan, where I was like, I vibed. I don't know how to
Yeah.
mix. I watched Alex Pinku's tutorial on how to mix. I still need to remember stuff, but like, yeah.
It's a lot of muscle memory, but we can go into that later.
Yeah. Shout out to Pomu. Anyway, um, after Phoebe was basically the main event. At home, cafe,
Mm.
3 maids, Mizukin.
Hitomi and Chimu.
Yeah, there we go. They were fun. Like their performance was it's very professional. Like they know their stuff. They know the dances. They know where to look. They know like when to smile. Like that is the elite of the elite. So
Yeah. A lot of them have been mating for a bit as well, and they are part of like the team that At Home sends to America too. So they are oftentimes performing at other events in America too. Like they were just at WeebCon a couple months back in Texas. Texas, I think.
So yeah, so the 3 of them. I know the person that was next to me who came all the way from like Chicago, really loved Mizuki. like
Yeah.
brought a whole
Yeah,
checky
we're
book.
mutuals on we're mutuals on Twitter now. Like that is their number one.
Yeah. I get it. I definitely get it. But like yeah, they were like next to me and like they wanted a better I guess like place to like see Mizuki and like film fan cam, and I was like, okay, I'll not to be a narc, but I did give them a little spot, a little nudge into the cameraman aisle place, if that was fine, whatever. But like yeah, they wanted to film stuff for Mizuki and take pictures. I'm like, okay, you're basically her number 1 fan, might as well just give you a spot. But like yeah. But yeah, they did a bunch of songs. They were pretty powerful performers. I don't know what else to say. They were really good, and I really hope that they can go back to another U.S. kaigai event, because like they were really good. My God.
Yeah. With At Home, like you could tell that a lot of folks were there that really wanted to see them because like it's been a while since I've been at an event where the calls have been that loud, which like warms my heart as the call and mix person. So like to hear it that loud, I was like, oh yeah, this is it.
Yeah. So, I believe in Marlon to make a miracle happen twice. Yeah, maybe. Maybe we'll get them again for volume 2. Maybe first for Northwest. Who knows? I don't know what's happening there, but like yeah, maybe. At Home was really fun. And then what was after that? We had the premiere, the super duper awesome premiere of the English version of Triangle Dreamer by Niji no Conquistador. Yeah. That was fun. Just had the video
Yeah.
on screen.
So I actually have like a little bit of a fun fact about that. No one on staff really knew that that was happening.
What? What?
It's something that I think Marlon and Suzuki and maybe Eliana were in on. I got like a message like in our staff server like, "Hey, can you prep like copy for this to post on Saturday?" And I'm like, "We're huh? Sorry, we're what?" Like it was such a shock. But it was like it was so cool because Triangle Dreamer is a really, really what's a good word I can say? It's a bit of a trademark song like within Chica idol culture. Like everyone knows like Triangle Dreamer. Like there's a bunch of like cover groups like in other like regions of the world that do like Niji no Conquistador like covers specifically for Triangle Dreamer. It's really popular. So like to be the place where the English language like version of this famous song is debuted was mind-numbing for me. Like I will admit, like I was standing in the back. I didn't want to do any of the calls. Like everyone else was doing calls, that's fine. I didn't want to do any calls. I just kind of stood there and I was just like getting like a little like teary-eyed because I'm like, wow, we're doing this. We're really doing this.
But yeah, that was fun. That I mean like they did kind of spoil it on Twitter, but like seeing it,
we were asked to post about it
yeah.
beforehand, which helped because like we got a lot of eyes on the event last minute too from posting that.
Oh my
like,
god, because like Mint quote retweeted. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, getting ratioed by my VTuber Kamiyoshi was like, oh, oh okay.
But yeah, so that happened. And then we had the Everyone Is Here collab where everyone covers Triangle Dreamer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was super fun. Actually, you know what? I didn't mention this to you before we started. We did actually post a small clip over on Twitter if you want to show the stream.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, let me link it. Hang on. I'll send it to you real quick.
Right.
It's going to be the second video on this link.
I'll do browser. 1 second. Okay, I have to add a source and just put this on. 1 second.
So how about that weather, y'all?
Yeah, Cali weather. Being from Vegas, that Cali weather was very nice. I'd say.
I can't relate. So like, as someone who goes to California like 2-3 times a year for various events, like it's always like nice and breezy. It's like 70 degrees. When I was flying over, I was leaving like a heat wave, and then I landed, and I'm like, the weather followed me. I was so mad. All right, there we go.
All right, we got the clip. Wow.
Yeah. There's no audio.
Oh shit.
I think.
Is there?
Oh wait.
Oh.
No, I think we're good. I forgot. I actually have the stream muted. My bad. My bad.
It's fine. Oh, there we go. Yeah. God damn the calls. Oh.
That was a pretty flawless lift too. I'm if you saw like the like the left hand person on the lift, that's me.
Oh shit.
Me in the empty Pincha K gang shirt.
Yeah, I need that shirt.
I'll see if I can talk to Mark, but I can't guarantee anything.
But yeah, that was fun. Ooh, that was fun. Ooh, I need to like head flashback a teeny tiny bit because like, oh man, I think like during the at home cafe performance, I saw for like, ah crap, do I have the photo? I do have the photo. Okay.
Oh my god.
So, oh my god, it's too big. It's too big. This is like 3,000 by 3,000. Oh my god. Fit the screen.
Eliana, I'll have you know that if you had picked me over if you had picked the presidential debate over me, I would have been kind of upset.
All eyes on Oomphy, yes. All eyes on Oomphy. But yeah, during the at-home cafe performance, I took a picture.
So
They lifted the maid. I was like, whoa.
So, okay, so I have backstory for this super quick. So when At Home started, Sai came up to me and my friend Vince, and she's like, "I want you guys to lift me for I Call My Forever." Yes, it is Sai. She was like, "I want you guys to lift me for I Call My Forever," and I'm like, "But I'm not supposed to touch the maids. That feels wrong." And so my friend Ari actually came up and he's like, "Oh, how much like do you weigh?" And she said a number. I'm not gonna reveal. And he's like, "Okay, I can just lift you like in one shot on my back. I just need someone to like put you on my shoulders." And so that lift was just her on his shoulders.
Whoa.
That wasn't like when we lifted him up where there was like one of us on each side, like a more standard lift. Like she's just on his shoulders. But she had asked to be lifted, which I think is completely fair because all of her maids were on stage,
Right.
and At Home was like her catalyst for creating Asayaru. So it was a really sweet moment.
Yeah, that was like a good moment that like I took a picture. I was like, whoa, might as well take a picture of this.
There was so much lifting going on during At Home. It made me so happy.
All right.
Because Sai got lifted, and then earlier on, my friend Comfy got lifted. My friend Rizu got lifted. We lifted Marlon. we lifted Marlon twice actually. We lifted him during Phoebe, and then we also lifted him during was it? I think it was AM Maid Shugi that we lifted him during. Was that or Happy Morning, one of the two?
Aries in the chat. But yeah, seeing people getting lifted was pretty fun. Hopefully we have that at Natsumatsuri. But yeah, yeah.
I can neither confirm nor deny that will be happening. I'm cooking in the back.
So we had the everyone is here collab, and then I guess like everyone took their bows, and then we got kicked out of the venue because like everyone had to set up their Bupan table, and yeah, we had to.
Sorry.
That's fine.
At least it wasn't like super hot outside anymore.
No, it was fine. It was not like heat wave levels of dumb, but like yeah, we waited outside for a bit, and then what was it? We got in. It was Bupan time, and you know what that means. Going into credit card debt for some idols.
Oh, yeah. it was ice soup for the next few days until I got paid today.
But yeah, I basically. Oh, what did I get? Oh,
yeah.
I forgot, like VIPs got
show
like,
off your swag.
Got like this fan, you know. Woo, it was hot. Yes, very hot. What else?
The fans are also just super cute too to take to other events too. Like mine's definitely going to Natsumatsuri.
Yeah. Ooh, I might think about that too. I got Phoebe's album. Very much need this.
Yes.
What else? Of course, you wouldn't go to a idol event without. Oh shit! Ooh, it's beat up my mic. Without
breaking everything.
Without getting some checkies, and of course I got a lot. I guess like. Yeah, the checky prices were pretty affordable. Like, what? like Aquarius's stuff was $6, and of course, I guess they're pretty much encouraged to get like a lot because like it's cheap. So, I with Aquarius I got like one of J. I'm trying to find it here. Might as well just show it. If I
Show it, show it, show it, show it.
Can I find it?
Uh-oh.
Ashes, can you stall?
Uh, so, what about that airplane food, yo?
Do
I ate nothing but sun chips on all of my flights. Mind you, I actually have a salt allergy. I shouldn't have done that, but I really like sun chips.
But yeah, I got one of Jay. We talked about Aiden's last live, and then I think like they were talking about like other kaigai groups to follow, and then I told them about Crazy Fantasy, which technically they are. So
technically it's a kaigai group. Yeah.
What else? I bought 2 checkies from Strawberry Sunday. Yeah, 2 checkies, and then I think like Monty showed them the flower stand that they were like organizing.
Yeah.
It had like art of them, and like it was fun, and like I think they cried a bit, and like I had to wait a teeny tiny bit because like they were like cleaning off their makeup because like they did cry, but like
Yeah.
that's fine. I got Checky of one of them. I don't know if you can see on stream, but like
Yeah, you can see.
Strawberry Sundae checkies were like $6 each, which is fine because like I bought 2 for 12, so that's cool.
Yeah.
What else is here? Like compared to like, I guess like I'll talk about it later, but like after this, but like the comparisons to like the comparisons of like this US Idol event to like JP and like Ty, we'll go with that later. But like what else? Damn, did I wait? Hang on. Where's the other? Oh, there we go. Shit. Did I drop something? Did I drop a checky? Did I drop a checky?
No.
Wait, hang on. No, I didn't. Did I? No.
Oh.
There we go. So there's another Strawberry Sundae one. Cool. And then I got 2 of berry. So 1 here.
Yeah.
1 here. $15 each for berry, which is fine because like she's solo. That's fine.
Yeah.
Like
And she also puts a lot of deco work into her checkies too.
Yeah, cause like checky prices were pretty much affordable, and like it's for everyone. Like no one's like selling stuff at like Erewhon type prices, but like yeah.
Yeah.
And what else? I basically bought checky from everyone except for Hamu and At Home, which I kind of regret. I really regret it.
I meant to get a checkie from Hamu and I felt so bad. Because she's another one whose deco, like her deco is really good. So like getting like a checkie from her, it's like not only you're receiving a checkie, but you're also receiving like a nice piece of art from her. But every time I like walked by her table, she looked busy, and I was like, I don't want to disturb her. And then we had to get out of the venue, and I'm like, we'll see her at AX. I got you then, girl.
Where did I get? Oh, I got like a bunch of Phoebe ones. I got 2 from Soon Scoops and then 2 from Idolparty. Why did I blank on that? Idolparty. They're good. Oh my god, I need more checky. And then 1 more with my real name. Wow. What else? Doxed. Doxed. Oh my god. What else? Oh, Asuyoru. Asuyoru had I guess like a long line, I'd say, but like it was understandable. The most popular.
Yeah.
And like At Home also had like a long line, which is understandable.
Oh, the At Home line was horrific. I saved them for last because I knew I was gonna wait a while. The one thing I really liked about Asayoru's line that I think a lot of other performers really need to pick up from is that they had the end of line signs like a lot of like idol groups like elsewhere do.
Yeah.
So that way like you know like how long your Oshi's line is, and like that way you're not cutting in front of someone.
Yeah, that was when I went to like a Taiban and JP. That was basically the norm because like if a group is super popular, and or
Yeah.
if a member is super popular, you might as well just have that sign. But yeah. What else? Asiyoru. I got one from Riri.
Hmm?
And then
Riri always takes like the funniest checkies.
I I was like, I was trying to figure out what to do, and then I was like, I told her like, let's do a fight pose, and then okay, let's do a fight pose. Fists up, dukes up.
My friend Fern, his she is Riri, and the Chucky that he got with her just says for real, on cap, no, on God, no, no cap, bussin', or like something akin to that. It's crazy. I love it.
And then I got like one more of latte. This was like, so I think like later on during the Bupan session, Asiyoru moved their stuff from the venue into the parking lot. I don't know what happened.
Uh-huh. The vent. There's no way to sugarcoat this. We were at time with the venue, and we would have been charged a late use fee if we had continued inside.
Right.
So we had to vacate.
Right. Understandable. You kicked everyone out, yes. But when that happened, I think Sei told everyone who was doing POS at the Asiyoto booth like move everything. Like it was
Yeah.
it was very much, I mean like it was very professional. They know their stuff, and like they just moved everything. Like all the merch, all the check.
They moved the whole table
Yeah, they
outside
did.
in one piece.
Yeah, I was like, whoa. So they're pretty good at their jobs. But yeah, I got the latte checky. I was like, my feet were actually hurting. So I was like, I was like, at the parking lot, latte, did the checky. I was like, I don't want to keep you like long because like you have a lot of checky to do, and like we just moved into the parking lot. You just do like whatever, and like, and then I got like whatever. The peace sign, or what am I doing? Oh, peace sign, yeah, there we go. But like, yeah, that was all the checkies I got from Idolparty. What about you, Ashes?
I kept it, so I am trying to save up for AX because I know the artist alley for AX is going to like destroy me 5 times over. So
As someone who spent like $800 in 2017 at AA, I know.
yeah, so I usually don't mess with AA too much anymore, just because I attend so many events. But I know like AX is gonna be a little different. But so pretty much I kept it to just checkies. I had pre-ordered some stuff from Asagodu. I got the T-shirt, the checky holder, and then both of the like the 3D like pin, like not like the anime style pins, but like the actual like made pins from Asagodu for Maho. And then I also bought a checky later on from the booth because I have this thing. Let me actually, I'll send you a photo of it so you can show on screen. So back in January at ALA, when I had seen Asagodu, I couldn't think of a pose, and so I was just like, hey, I don't know, take a checky with this checky of my Kamiyoshi pun. And she's like, sure. And so then I took that checky to Thailand with me, and I was like, pun, this is my Meidoshi. Can you take a checky with this checky? And she's like, oh, this is really funny. Let's just keep doing it back and forth. And so I got the newest iteration of that. It's in your DMs if you want to put it on the screen. Maho holding up my checky of pun, holding up a checky of Maho, holding up a checky of pun. It's very large. There we go.
There we go. Checky-ception.
The checky-ception. And we're just gonna keep going until one of them graduates.
That's pretty. Oh, okay, that's a good idea. That's actually a good idea. All right, that's actually pretty sweet.
So I got those. I got Chucky from Strawberry Sunday. I got um a Chucky for myself from Barry, and then I got two for Fluff. And then I got Chucky with Phoebe. She's actually delivering it to me at Natsumatsu today because like she had so many to work on. I was like, I'm going to see you next weekend. just wait. It's fine. And then I picked up a bunch of Chucky for Fluff from Aquarius, and then I got myself a Chucky with Jelly. And thankfully that's really all I spent. Most most of my money went to food for the weekend, and then also like the $55 in one shot for the Asayoru merch did sting a little.
Yeah, I spent.
Oh, and I did get a Chucky with at home as well, because Musikin,
Mm-hmm.
she really knows how to do fan service, so she fished me in. Like she was waving at me, she was smiling at me, and I'm like, oh no. There's like a point where she started leading the mix. I was like, oh no, that's my weak part. So I got Chucky with her, and she was super sweet. And she was like, oh, do you like twin tail hairstyle? And all I could think to say was twin tail cycle.
Yeah, like she was fun. The dude next to me who basically did all fan cams of Musikin had fun. I had fun. So yeah, she's I would say like my favorite member of At Home from what I saw. So yeah. For me, I spent a bunch. To add on, I regret not getting a Checky from Hamu. I regret not getting a Checky from At Home. I regret not getting a Checky from Eggy from Aquarius, because Eggy and Eggy. But
I was gonna say,
yeah, I was like,
because someone was like, oh, you're doing a podcast with Eggy, like Eggy from Aquarius, right? I'm like, no.
yeah, no, me, Eggy Drago. But yeah, oh my god, Bupan, whoever is running the loudspeaker next time at Idolparty, please do not have one song that is looping. Oh my god, I love me some Triangle Dreamer. I love it. I love the collab, but man, it got really annoying to hear it like 10,000 times. Wait in the line.
I think that's my one piece of feedback is like, if I sign cosine tangento torengaru dorima one more time, I might die.
Well, like, man, you have a talent pool of a discography of a lot of people in this concert. You might as well just play other songs from them, just to But like, man, Triangle Dreamer all day, every day. Give it up for day 15. Like, yeah, that was my only gripe about Bupan. It was, I guess, like just segueing into like the comparison. So like, I guess you have experience with Thai bonds. I have experience with JP Thai bonds, and then we went to Idolparty, so we might as well compare and contrast.
Yeah, definitely.
I guess starting with like the performances and stuff, like the fans, like everyone, I don't know if it's just because like people are just there to keep their spot, or if they're there to like or if they're like very interested in like every performance, but like everyone was supportive of like everyone basically. Like no one except for like a bunch of people that like went to the bathroom or like got stuff from the bar. Everyone kept their place and just chilled and saw like all the performances. Compared to like JP, where it's slightly ruthless and you're only there. Most people are only there for their Oshi group, and then they dip, and like that's kind of not great. Like for the first time for me, I guess like going into like a die drop or whatever, but like first time going to a JP.
I've been on 5 already. You're allowed 1. It's your podcast.
I guess the first time I went to a JP Taiban, I didn't know any of these groups. Like there was like 6 groups at this performance. I was like, okay, I guess I'll watch everyone. I might as well get my money's worth, right? And like I guess the first group only had like 10 people like watching. Second group, it was slightly half filled, and then third group, it was only me and like a bunch, like two other people watching them, and I was like, that's weird. Like no one, it's a very interesting culture because like usually like people just stay, like, or like I would assume that people would just stay for everyone, right?
Yeah.
But like they're there for their Oshi and they dip, and they buy checky with them and then they dip, and like I get it, kinda, but like you might as well get your money's worth, right? Like
yeah, definitely.
Like I guess yeah.
Go ahead.
No,
Keep
no,
going.
you go.
Sorry.
You go.
In Thailand, it's kind of both ways. Like, it really depends on the fan. There are some people that will like support like a specific agency. Like right now in Thailand, there's like 4 or 5 like agency slash management companies. You have Cat Salute, who's like the managers for Sora Sora, Yami Yami, and Mirai Mirai. If you can't tell by the fact that all of their names sound similar. You have Siam Doll, which is arguably the largest. They have like 5 or 6 groups under their umbrella. You have IC45, who has like a few groups under them, Nico Nico and the Glass Girls mainly. And then recently there's a lot of Tone that's just come out. They are the parent company for Hatobito, Night Res, and then a new group that just got announced yesterday called Angelable. So you have like people who support like the specific agencies. You'll have some people who just support like the specific groups, and then you'll have like some people that are literally just there for like most of the entire event, just so that way they can like mix and be rowdy and get stupid and go crazy. I'm the get stupid and go crazy one.
But yeah, like comparing that to like here, where like everyone basically is just there for everyone, and just.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, you go first.
I was gonna say, I think it's because all of the performers are local, so everyone's already familiar with them from other events, and like it's not like Japan or Thailand where you have like 20-30 plus performers that like regularly do events. Like end of the day in California, like if you're going to an idol event, like there's a good chance you'll see Aquarius, you'll see Phoebe, you'll see Barry. Like these are staples in like the kaigai idol scene in California, similar to I guess just to use like a name and to compare it to like Nekopla or Festive in Japan. Like you see them on Thai bands like all the time. Like so these are groups that people are super familiar with.
Right.
I think that's why like everyone just kind of like stayed in place so that way they could get a good view.
For sure.
I think as we get more performers, like you'll have those people that will weave in and out, like as they like pick up their favorites, etc.
For sure. Like that's one thing that like I caught on to compared to like JP. So like that's like the main thing, because like JP, you're there just for one group and one group only, or one soloist and one soloist only. You buy the checky, you get out of there. That's 2,000 yen well spent to get in.
Small price to pay to see my Oshi.
Yeah. Like you might as well like I think like on my second trip like this year to Japan, there was like one Taibon that was like literally like 4 hours, but like there was like 30 different groups performing. They had like 15
Oh,
sets.
it's like a circuit, yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I might as well pay like it was probably 3,000 yen, right?
That's a really good deal, yeah.
3,000 yen for like 30 different groups. I was like, whoa,
Yeah.
might as well go see everyone.
Yeah.
And then like everyone, it's the same thing. Like everyone dips, everyone goes in, everyone dips, everyone goes in, and then like there's like it's super vacant, and like sometimes it's filled, and like man, that sucks. But
to be fair, for like circuits like that, like trying to survive for 30 groups, like you're gonna die at some
for
point.
sure, because like
so like when it comes to circuits like that, I definitely understand why people will weave it in and out only for their faves.
I get
I
it.
did kind of do that for Japan Expo Thailand.
Because I think I left like halfway. One, because like I needed to go to another Taibon with Tokyo Oyoran, And then 2, I was so hungry, and there was no
Oh my
food.
god, yeah.
There was no
Yeah,
food.
yeah.
But like, yeah, like, other than that, like, it was fine. But like, people just don't get their money's like, don't get more bang for your buck. There we go. Like, that's the better term to say. Like, people don't stay for everyone, which is understandable. But like, for me, as someone who's like, at that time was still getting into groups, and like, I might as well just stay to see like who I'm interested in. Cause
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
cause like, if, for example, at the first Taibon, if I just left, like, there was like 6 groups. If I left it like halfway at group number 3, I wouldn't have seen Tokyo Oiran, and I wouldn't have like known about Ria, and none of this would have all happened. That was a gigantic butterfly effect would have happened. But like, yeah, that's why I stayed.
So what I'm
just-
hearing is that being a DD has changed your life.
basically, you know, cause like, man, yeah, I just stood like those, like most of those, like I just stayed. Might as well just watch everything. Anyway, I guess like that's a basic difference for like the performance and like audience wise. Bupan. Bupan was a little hectic, but like I get it. There's a lot of people and a lot of groups, and it a little bit confusing to like set up lines. But like there was tape. It's fine, understandable. But like compared to
We did our best with the space that we had.
yeah, I get it.
It was a little hard for us because where we would have liked to ideally have the tables is where we had like the booths, and the booths could not be moved. So we did have to work around those, which didn't help. Because originally we had everything set up, like everyone was gonna have like specific tables, but we didn't know about the booths and that the fact that they couldn't be moved until after we got in there. So we kind of had to like shift gears. But yeah, I think for me, like the main difference with the Bupan was like because At Home was so large, and then Asayoru having a large fan base, Phoebe's Chucky meet and greet lines are always really long as well. Like it was a case of we have too many heavy hitters and not enough space.
But yeah, there was a gigantic line for all 3 of them. Understandable, and like, you know, and then, you know, Phoebe has to like talk to everyone, which is, you know, she loves talking to everyone, and like, you know, but other than that, like comparing it to JP, it's basically similar. Like I really, there was like no differences. You just like, you know, line up, whatever. The end of line signs, you know, they have those. What else can I say? It's basically the same. Like,
yeah, I think everything's been more or less standardized now when it comes to like idol meet and greets nowadays, which I'm pretty grateful for. My only like complaint is I wish people like managing check-in lines and stuff were a little stricter on their time.
oh yeah, for sure. I get it. Yeah.
Like I'm so used to in Thailand, like that timer goes off at 1:30. They're like, get out of here, loop the line, or give me another ticket. Like, beat it, kid.
Like for JP, or like for the checkies I got, like when I was at like Bupan at JP Taibons, it's usually like a minute, which is like bare minimum. That's fine. Like I guess like in the US, maybe like 3 or 2 minutes tops.
2 I think is fine. 3 I think would be pushing it.
Cause like I know for like people with like long lines, like, and if you're like dealing with a lot of people, you might as well just set up timers. Cause like oof. I know like you want to give them as much time as possible, but like, man, you gotta keep the line moving. I know people are personal with their like idols and stuff. I get it. I know, but like.
But other people want to be personal with their idols too, you know.
But yeah, it's basically similar. They're very much standardized compared to like JP. So like I have no complaints. Is it like is it the same in Thailand?
Yeah. It's not the same. You usually get 1.5 to 2 minutes depending on the group. More popular groups, you know, obviously like it's a little less. Like if I go to see my Oshi and Sora Sora, for example, because Sora Sora is getting a little more popular, like it's usually only 1.5 minutes, which is fine. To see my Kamiyoshi, it's 2 minutes because your group's a little less popular. There is one group that actually does like they either do untimed Chucky or they were doing untimed for me because I've been supporting them through like 3 groups now. Like they'll disband, they'll form another group of the same members, they'll disband, they'll form another group of the same members, and I'm there for all of them for the same member. So I don't know if that was like a for me thing or because they're still like super independent. But otherwise, yeah, it's about the same. And like you have like your end of line signs, etc. The one thing that's really different, from Japanese Buppon, which I really like, is because so sorry, I had to mute for a second to
That's fine.
cough. Um, because there's more of a K-pop style culture when it comes to the way that they support their idols as well. What they do is at the end of the Buppon session, they'll have like a 15-minute time where you can like take photos like either on your phone or on a professional camera. Um, and you don't have to pay for it or anything like that, but you also don't really get to talk with the idols.
So
Like,
it's just a photo
they'll
shoot,
pick
right?
yeah, it's like a photo shoot that you share with other photographers. So like a lot of the photographers like know each other now. Just through that, like just being like, oh yeah, you're taking photos of my Oshi too. Not like in a weird way. So oh god, sorry. Um, so like they'll do that at the end. I think that's really unique, and it's something I want to see move over to Japan and eventually like move over here as well. Where like you'll like, be able to have like these photos of like your idol that like you can share with others, and you don't get the talk time, so that's kind of like what you're paying for when you think about it. Is you get the checky, the personalized checky, and then you also get the talk time. Um, that's I think the main difference between like what we had here and like Thailand and Japan.
For sure. Like that the photo shoot idea is very interesting.
Yeah.
I definitely would want to see that here.
Yeah, it's one of the facets from like K-pop culture that Thailand like still kind of like holds on to. Just because like you think about how many like fan meetings like that you see like K-pop performers have that there's like all these photos coming out from. It's kind of the same thing.
Right. Yeah. I guess show's over. Not Idolize. The Idol Party show was over, right? Post show.
We have yapped like for an hour, 40 minutes, so
and we still gotta
I guess maybe
no, we still gotta like I guess we still gotta do like the interview, but like post show, as someone who is part of staff, what can be approved upon for the next Idol Party?
we have a lot of things that we need to discuss with our venue. We have a lot of things we need to discuss with our venue for an eventual volume 2 if we have it there. In terms of the event itself, some of the feedback that we did get was that it was hard for people to find staff. So like we're going to, work on making like staff a little more obvious.
I guess like staff shirts, because like the badge was super duper small. Like
yeah, and also too like the badges look the same as like the other badges.
Yeah.
So you did have to like sit there and actually stare at the badge for a second. So like staff shirts would be one thing, or like badges with like really clearly printed names on them as well. I think that would help, and then also to like having more staff as well, because unfortunately we were running on a bit of a skeleton crew because some of like people who were supposed to come out had like family emergencies, etc. So they weren't able to come out. So working on having like more volunteers like ready on day of, I think is our other like main takeaway as well. In terms of the event itself, like I'm personally of the mind that everything went really well. Like we made good choices for the performers. The songs that were performed were good. Everyone like enjoyed the performances. Minimal AV issues minus the minus
short
the
circuit.
And then, minus the short circuiting, everything was fine.
I guess like
there was a little bit of feedback.
Aquarius is like they had like one song where like one
Yeah,
of their
yeah.
mics was gone. I was like, whoa. Well, like other than that, it was
Yeah,
fine.
that was like there was that as well. So like minimal AV issues.
Right.
But beyond that, like I'm very content with how the show came together, and I'm looking forward to a volume 2.
I am too, because I loved Idolparty, like being there as someone who really loved, who like went into like JP Taibon's like with like nothing, expecting nothing, and then getting a lot out of it, and wanting that experience again, and just having it here, in the state next door, and like,
Yeah.
man, it was good to be there and like to see all the fotocopy, the chants, the light sticks.
Yeah.
Oh my god, like
I
That's
think
what I want.
Nevada is also a place for idols as well, because Japanism was there last year as well.
mm,
A lot of my friends from over here flew out to see Neo Japanism,
mm.
like in Vegas.
Yeah, I think that was like, yeah, that was when I was not really into idols, and then
Yeah, that was
boom,
it was like it was November, not, October or November, one of the two.
Mm. Ashes, your mic is kind of like crispy, but like I don't know how to fix that.
It's probably because I'm using like a $20 Logitech headset for work.
Oh, Robo Ash, that's fine.
I'm so sorry. Maybe my internet too.
How can I fix that? But like, yeah, I feel like Cali is the hotspot for Kaiga idols because everyone is there. Okay, mic is fine, but like that is basically the hotspot. I don't know if like there will be like an event in Vegas, if anything. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like that's that's like crossing over to another state when everyone else is in the other state. You might as well just stick to being in Cali, but like whatever. But yeah, I had like no minimal complaints about Idolparty. This is what I want. This is legitimately just what I want. I just want to have fun. I just want to see people with the light sticks doing WOTA, lifting, chanting, people performing, people like chasing their dreams and being idols and stuff. That's what I want. That's literally what I want, man. And like,
That's what it's all about, baby.
Yeah, and that's hoping there's another. Really hoping there's another like Idolparty, or at least a Idolparty type show in the future. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. So that ends the discussion for Idolparty LA, and we immediately go into full gear with an interview with Ashes. So Ashes.
Oh. Hi, I'm Ashes. If you haven't heard me yap for the last hour and 42 minutes.
All right. We're gonna, okay. Full circle moment. This is how, I guess like full circle moment is like when I tell the guests how I met you, how I met them. With you, full circle, I think the first time I met you was when I posted that 10-second video with Rhea. Where that was the first time I showed my face, for one. And then, because like I was mainly a VTuber. And then I guess that popped off with the Aussie idol community for one, because like I was like, what? And then I didn't realize there was a culture for that. But backstory, second time I saw Tokyo Oiran, I went to Checky. I went to Bupan, I got a Checky, and then they did like a dice roll game, and then I won a 10-second video, and I was like, with Rhea, what do you want to like do? And then she said, I guess I could promote the group. And then we did that, boom, uploaded that. That was like in February. And then the Aussies liked it. The US kaigai scene liked it. And that's how I found out about you, because you responded like how Rhea was super cute and stuff. And I'm like,
yeah,
cool. And then I'll follow you. And then I didn't realize you were a gigantic, I guess an integral part of the US kaigai scene.
That's putting a lot of pressure on me. I'm not sure I'd say integral, but I'm here.
But yeah, and then what was it? I think like I asked for recommendations for like Chica idol groups to listen to. I think, and then
I do remember like giving you some recommendations. Yeah.
And then what was it? I bought a towel from Gumi, and I didn't realize what the heck to do with a towel. I thought it was just like, like with soccer, with football, they just, hang it like a banger, whoa, a banner, like a banner, and like just show it off. I didn't realize people actually use it as a towel. And then my dumbass like DM'd you asking like, what do you do with this?
Oh my god, yeah, I actually remember that. And I was just like, well, you can swing it around, you can wipe sweat on it, but Unless if it's got like your Oshi's face, like that's weird. Like you're like putting like your sweaty face on your Oshi's not sweaty face. Yeah, Towel is used as towel. It's crazy.
Ashes, 1 second. Can you
Yeah.
Can you end call and then join back? I want to see if
Yeah.
because like Robo Ashes you're
I'm
back.
so sorry. Hang on.
Hey chat, how are you?
Eh?
Oh, there we go. We're back. I think.
Yay!
All right, we're good. But yeah, that's how I first met you, and then I think like during the creation of Idolize, I think like I had I gave you a list of people I wanted to interview, and then
Yeah.
what was it?
You were not. I'm gonna blast. Eggy just a second. You were like, yeah. Can you use like your clout to get these people? And I'm like, oh, listen. He did say it nicer than that. Let me be clear. And I was like, yeah, sure. I'll put like a good in word. I'll put a good word in you for you.
Yeah.
Like because I was really excited about the concept of the podcast, and I really wanted to see it succeed. So I was like, yeah, like the folks that you want to interview, like I'll put a good word in, so that way you can like chat with them and like really get the ball rolling. And then you're like, yeah, my first episode has Phoebe, and I'm like, oh, get in there.
Yeah. I really wanted Phoebe for the first episode, and then yeah, that happened. and then I didn't realize you designed merch for Phoebe. I was like, whoa, whoa.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I did. I don't like draw or anything like that because I have the artistic talent of like igneous rock. But I have a vision for merch that I like to see. So I approached Phoebe. I did her first pen light. I also did all the like merch design and like concepts for her beach to beach mega tour. So like the idea for the City Pop design was initially because all of her tour dates for that event were going to be in California. And my impression of like California has always been like the 80s like city pop vibe, just because there's a big like city pop future funk like I guess fandom in
yeah.
like SoCal. So I wanted to do something like city pop-ish, and that's why like the the poster from the event looks like a city pop album. It's why it's like 80s style. Um and then I also designed the pen light for that as well. And we're cooking in the background for some new stuff.
Ooh.
We turned the burner on. We've got it simmer right now. You'll see some stuff soon. We have the oven set to preheat.
Preheat. All right. So, going back to the past, let's hear about your origin story. How did you first get into this culture, the idol culture?
So I was sailing the seven seas.
Ooh.
I was 15 or so, and this was right during like second gen K-pop, like Girls' Generation, 2NE1, etc. And I was a 2NE1 fan, and my first exposure to K-pop was Lollipop by Big Bang and 2NE1.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to, find more music from like 2NE1, Big Bang, and these other groups. And so I found like this website that my friends were using to put songs on their computer
Ooh, yes.
in a not legal fashion. Anyway,
very legal, very legal, very legal. Twitch, very legal.
Very legal, very legal. FBI was really legal. And so on this website they had K-pop, but they also had J-pop. And so I was looking through, and the one cover that really, really like pulled me in was it was Bravo Bravo by Bono, which is one of the, I believe, the beginning or opening themes for Ashugakara season, as well as Dakishimete Dakishimete by Barry's Kobo. And I was just like, wow, these girls look super cool. Like, these outfits are super cool. Like, they had like this, not like punk like theming, but like like, you know, like the Miley Cyrus like Walmart line from back in the day.
Yeah.
It had that kind of vibe to it, and I was all about that. So I was like, well, let me legally place these songs on my computer as well. And so I started listening to them, and I was like, wait a minute, this stuff is really cool. I like it a little more than the K-pop that I'm listening to. So I started legally putting the other songs from these groups on my computer, and that's how like Barry's Kobo and Bono were both like my first idol groups. Because my Oshi was in both groups, so it all worked out. And then I started listening to like other stuff that Hello Project had. I was a big fan of Melon Kinenbi, who ended up disbanding like shortly after I got into them, which has begun my lasting tradition of finding an Oshi, and they announced graduation within 3 months.
Ooh.
And then like Money Musume, Q, a lot of other groups that were under Hello Project, and then branched out from there. But that's really where my origin started, was legally putting music on my computer. Wink, 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 wink.
So you did that. And then I guess we did answer like the first favorite group in Oshi, but like, do you have in the early part, like, did you have like did you like get into other groups, and then like, did you have like any other Oshis? Or...
Yeah. So not Miyabi Natsuyaki from Berries Kobo and Bono was my first Oshi. My first Kami Oshi was from another group from Hello Project called Anjurumu. Her name was Maho Aikawa. She graduated like not too long. Like, she was active I think like 2-3 years, and she graduated for health reasons. I also, after that, like, I started getting into AKB48. I was on the AKB48 train like when their second single released, so I've been in there for a bit.
You're an OG.
I am an OG. Yeah, I was around for Skirt Harari when it came out. And then I was like, because growing up too, like, I was a hardcore kid. Like, I listened to a lot of metal as well. And I was like, idols can't just be this, right? Like, there's other stuff too. And that's when I ended up getting into Bish. So Bish was my first alt idol group, and really back then it was my first taste of Chica idol culture, because back then WAC was not that big. Like, compared to like Hello Project, AKB, etc. So like Bish was my first taste of like alt idol music. It was the Fake Metal Jacket album. And that's still one of my favorite albums to this day. And that was my first taste of like Chica idol culture, and like these idols that, you know, weren't the stereotypical cutesy look. And that's that. Yeah.
So you got into idol culture, right? Starting with like with that group, and then going with Bish, and then getting a taste of like Chica idol stuff.
Yeah.
I guess like now, like, you're a part of like probably organizing probably the biggest US kaigai idol events alongside Ileana. Sorry if I butchered your name, but like,
No, you said it right.
Yeah, but like, how did you get into the US kaigai scene? Because like, I'm very curious on that.
So I had been like tangentially following like some performers, because I'm like, oh, this is cool. This is the kind of stuff that I like to listen to, but it's in English, and I'm not particularly Nihongo Jozu. So so I was listening to like Melancholia, like some Melancholia's like earlier stuff, like following like Love Live cover groups. Like I said, I've been following Aquarius since like 2017 and 2018ish. But really my first involvement started with the COVID-19 pandemic. I had stumbled upon like an online Discord convention called IdolCon, and the person who was running it, like, I don't want to be rude, but like their knowledge of idol culture was pretty much just Love Live.
Oh.
And I was like, I think this can be bigger than it is. So I applied for the staff team, was accepted. Eventually I was brought in as convention co-chair, and then eventually I became the convention chair. And so from there, that's where I was able to really be like, okay, we can marry both 2D and 3D idols. We can have people be exposed to these different cultures and find new stuff. And that was really where my involvement lied. So like that's when I started learning a lot about kaigai. Actually, that's when I discovered Phoebe. I had discovered thinking who else. I rediscovered Melancholia again. Um, and then that's when I started working with like some more like independent Japanese performers. Like that's when I had spoken with Ricky for the first time after being a fan of Necronominal for about a year or so prior. Um, and then just kind of like diving a little deeper in from that, Eliana had actually become IdolCon staff, and then eventually, as the pandemic like sort of lessened, people were having in-person events. So people were having online event fatigue, because why would you sit in front of your computer watching a thing when now there's like an event that you can go to and see it in front of your eyes? Um, so like we sunsetted IdolCon with the intent to merge with yes, she does wholeheartedly admit that she joined to specifically steal our staff. uh, and so we ended up merging IdolCon with Northwest IdolFest slash the IdolFest Foundation. I'm not saying that word on a stream. God Lord. um so that's how like the two sort of like married, because
Right.
I'm not saying the word that Eliana said to say. um, um, and so that's where my like in-person involvement began. That's where I started meeting like a lot of like, I guess like the post-COVID era idols, because there are a lot of idols that retired with the pandemic or were inspired during the pandemic and started activity when they were able to start it. Um, so that's where I really got my start with like the US Kaigai idol scene, is basically just like going to events, seeing performers at the events, um, them finding out, oh my god, it's Ash's IdolCon, and then oh my god, it's Ash's IdolFest, and then just like sort of like branching out and networking with people.
I see. I guess like yeah, that does answer like how you established yourself into the scene. I want to say I want to ask like what was the very first U.S. Idol event that you went to?
Um, Technically, I have to think for a minute. Um, before, so I actually didn't attend the first Northwest Idol Fest, because at the time the job that I was working was not allowing me any time off, so I didn't get to go, unfortunately. So technically, the first Idol event that I got to attend was Anime Los Angeles' Idol Showcase
Mm-hmm.
in 2022. Because in 2022, Anime Los Angeles had a room that was like mostly kaigai idol performances, so I got to meet a lot of the SoCal scene there, and that's when I saw like, oh wow, SoCal's really, really passionate about their idols. Because like I got to see like Bubble Girls Idol Experience, I got to see Epcotica, Cosmic Idols, a lot of those performers. Um, and then like the first like non idol event that or like idol event that was not a convention was the want to say it was the Plank Stars Live in Staten Island.
Staten Island. What?
Yeah, Staten Island is an interesting place to have a event. Or was it Long Island? No, it was Staten Island. Is that a thing? Yeah, it was held at this like kind of independent venue called NYC Art Cipher, and it was so fun. It was so fun.
I think, you. I think like on your Ask FM. What was it called? Telenom. I think you talked about like going into like an off kai with Plank Stars.
Yes,
And, like,
yes,
yeah.
it was amazing. Getting my Oshi drunk has definitely been the highlight of my quote unquote idol career.
So that happened. That was basically, technically, I guess your first. I guess, was there? Did you like? What was your experience like being there? Was there any culture shock? Like, had you not like known any Furukapi, not no Wota, no nothing? Like, was there anything like that?
Well, with the pandemic, I've always had an interest in like the idol calls and stuff. With and like at the end of 2019, I started picking up like really like basic mixes, like um standard Japanese Ainu, Gachakoi. Um, so I already was like sort of familiar just from like watching like live stuff already. And being a fan of Playing Stars, and Playing Stars does allow like video recording. When I went in, like I knew most of the calls already. It was just like a couple of the like kaigai that I wasn't super familiar with. And for like when I went to the Idol Showcase at Anime Los Angeles, like most of it was covers, so like I was already familiar with like the content anyway. So I kind of went in like knowing my stuff. So I don't want to sound cocky, but that's pretty much like the gist. Like there wasn't like a learning curve. Like I already kind of knew everything I needed to know because I had the basic foundation. I had 2 years to train during COVID.
So you experienced that, but you also, I mean, like we talked about before, but you have experience with Thai buns. So like
Yes.
when you went to Thailand, the very first like Thai bun you went to,
Mhm.
was there like any notable differences that you saw compared to like the Blank Stars show, and like was there like any culture shock that you like experienced or whatnot?
So with the
Thai
Plank Star show,
buns.
because it was a really, really small crowd, there wasn't like railing or anything like that. Like it was a really, really intimate venue. In Thailand, the first event I attended was this kind of like music festival event called Thai Japan Iconic Music Fest, where they have both Japanese and Thai performers perform. But I was mainly there for the Thai performers. The main difference is like you have like railing and stuff. At Thai Japan Iconic, it was more of like the kind of like rope style like we had at Idolparty.
Right.
Like the kind of line that you have to walk through to walk up to the bank teller kind of thing. But like the one thing that I noticed there is like people would just leave their bags, and nothing would get touched. Like everyone's like, oh yeah, that's so and so's bag. They're saving their place for when their Oshi comes. Like you can stand here for now, but like when their Oshi group comes on, like get the hell out. And that was the other thing too that I had learned was like when I went, there were like these girls that were standing in front of me that were actually part of a cover group.
Right.
But like I knew this, but I didn't want to be weird. So I just like kept it to myself. So when they saw me, like when they overheard me talking with one of my friends, they were like, "Oh, you're here for Fuyubi," and so I showed them like my phone because I had a checky of my Kamiyoshi pun in it. Um, and they're like, "Oh, go ahead, take like the front, like take the railing, quote unquote." And so once they finished, the girls were like, "Oh, can we like step to where you were? Like our group is on next, which is like a boy group called Tadashi." And I'm like, "Yeah, absolutely. Like it's the least I can do." And that was the one thing I really noticed too was like people are willing, like if they know your Oshi is about to perform, and for me like people knew like this person traveled over 9,000 miles to see Pun Fuyu, you better make room for her. Like that was the one thing I noticed too that I really liked because like people are very courteous like to let you like have space.
Right.
And that's why like in some videos like you'll see people have like t-shirts or something on the railing too to like hold their spot. I think that's the main difference I can think of. Otherwise everything else is like kind of cut and dry. Oh, the Oda
Oda?
are crazy. Thai Oda are. This is the only time I'm going to swear during this entire thing. Thai Oda are fucking insane, and I love it. And I love it. And my problem is I've picked up their bad habits, and so now I literally, Ari said to me, "You are more Thai than you are American at this point when it comes to like Oda," and I'm like, "Hell yeah!"
Like they're legit. They're like really bonkers, or like
There's a
compared
lot
to
of
JP?
jumping. There's a lot of lifting. There are a lot of mixes that I've had to reach out to my Thai friends and be like, what the hell is this? What are y'all doing? Like I've had to do it multiple times and then they'll be like, yeah, it's this mix from Mashiro no Canvas that they use like twice in 2019. I'm like, okay.
Just deep cut.
It's like, yeah, like it'll be like mixes that I've never heard of, or like I've heard like once and never used again. Like the creativity when it comes to like the mixing that they have is really interesting compared to like America, because like America is still kind of new to mix, so they like to like play it safe, where it's like, you know, oh, you'll have your standard, you'll have your Japanese, you'll have your Ainu, you'll have Kansanren, you'll maybe have a gachakoi. They're feeling really saucy, you'll get Takamaru. But otherwise, like, it's kind of cut and dry. Whereas Thailand, like, they'll start with World Chaos, like they'll start a song with gachakoi, and I'm like, okay. Yeah, Joan also pointed out too, is a lot of inspiration from like the deep into the Thai scene. And then also too, I think they do pull like a little bit of inspiration from like Indonesian Oda too.
Nice.
So like Indonesian Oda are also like their own brand, but we can go into that later. Or like never, because it's over 2 hours now. Are you sure there's no time limit on this?
No time limit. I mean, Aiden had like 2 hours 45 minutes. If you want to beat the clock and beat the world record, sure, why not? Let's go for it.
I don't get up at 7:10 in the morning for work. Let's not beat the record that hard.
Okay. What time is it now? It's 10. Ooh. All right.
It's fine. It's fine.
I might as well just.
We're good. I'm
okay,
good.
Okay. I guess like going through the Thai bonds, like, what would you want to take away from that and implement into like the US Idol like event scene?
I think mainly the thing I would want to implement is that like photography, like
Oh, that, yeah.
time. Yeah, I think that's a really unique like thing. I also noticed too, like especially lately, a lot of Thai like groups will do like special events. Like last weekend, Sora their management company did like a special night event where like the event literally started at like 7 p.m. And it was kind of like a maid event sort of. Like they had like special like craft sodas that they were like the members were like serving to like their fans. It was really interesting. I had never seen like even like a Japanese group really do that. So I would like to see like more. I'd like to see more like standalone events first and foremost. Thailand kind of started the same way we did, where like they'd really only have events at like conventions and stuff. The convention scene is a little different there than for us, but they started kind of at conventions, and then they started moving to like having shows in malls, and now they'll use like the main event space that they use is the 4th floor of the Donkey Mall in Donglo, where it's like a large like event space. They have like a stage and everything. That's where they host most of their events now. So eventually, I would really like to see, like the hot spots in America, for lack of a better word, have these like not even like weekly, but like just monthly or like every other month like Thai bonds in like an event space that will maybe hold like 70-80 people. Like it doesn't have to be like a huge thing,
Right.
but just something that like regularly gets eyes on performers. That's what I would like to see in the future in America.
Honestly, yeah, because like with Cali being like a hot spot for all, I mean like for Kaiga idols, you might as well just have a monthly like thing.
Yeah.
Just to have
Right
yeah.
now, Little Akiba's kind of doing that. So it's getting there in California, but it's something I'd like to see. Like, I think either the tri-state area of Pennsylvania, New Jersey, New York could probably support it, or the DMV area. So like DC, Maryland, Virginia, because a lot of like the idol people I know are down in DMV. I think the DMV could also support that as well.
I see. I guess like going after that, you learned a lot of Woda, so much so that you do workshop panels at anime conventions, and I think like the very first one that I heard about that you did was Castle Point, because like my friend was there, but I don't know if they went to the panel. But that's how they first knew about you. But like, why? One, when did you start doing these the panels, and two, why?
So my first was Northwest Idol Fest 2023.
Mm.
No, sorry, 2022.
Oh.
Not 2023. I keep forgetting it's already 2024. So first one was Northwest Idol Fest 2022. The main reason why I started doing them is at Anime Los Angeles. Because this is like stuff that I had already picked up, like I was doing it and everyone was looking at me like, what the hell is this maniac saying? What is she doing? Can she like shut the hell up? And this is also at a point too where like, a certain dumb blonde fairy was getting pretty popular and exposing people to it, but the problem is there was also a lot of wrong information. Like to this day, I know a lot of Pomodachis that are still operating off of the wrong kind of Sanren text. So that was also too like the reason why I started doing it is I was like, I want to get information in the hands of people that are hungry for this information. I want them to learn. I want more people to mix with, so I stop having to lead the crowd all the time. Because I think that's one of my main takeaways too. Is I was like, wow, when I'm in Thailand, like I can just be a part of the crowd. I don't have to lead it. And then I get back to America and I'm like, I have to put my whole soul into it so everyone understands.
So it was basically just to teach more people, so just to spread the knowledge, because like
yes, exactly.
Spread the knowledge.
Because this is fun. Like I think my other thing too, maybe it's a little bit of spite, but post-COVID, like before COVID, I think there was like a pretty good like basic knowledge, not on mix, but like basic call structure, like hi, sen, no, etc., etc. Mix not so much, but that's fine. It's a little more niche. But I feel like post-COVID, all of that information has just sort of like disappeared into the other. And so nowadays at Idol showcases, what you get is when someone does something that people think is cool, you get. And I'm like, oh my god, no, please, no, there's a structure, there's a way to do things, please. But that's just my boomer side talking.
So yeah, just spread the knowledge, the correct knowledge, and then how many of these panels have you done as of right now?
Okay, as of right now, let's see. I'm gonna reveal a little bit of secret information to the crowd here. So,
ooh.
Yes, so we'll give that again. So, Northwest Idol Fest 2022, Anime Los Angeles 2023, Castle Point Anime Convention 2023. I did that one with Aniwaza.
Oh. Yeah.
Anime Boston 2023. Also did that one with Aniwaza. Oh my gosh, I have to think. PujiCon Atlantic City 2023. I've got more, I promise. Took a little bit of a break. Anime Weekend Atlanta 2023. Northwest Idol Fest 2023. I came out with a version 2. Anime Los Angeles 2024. Castle Point Anime Convention 2024. Did that one on my own. I presented a different panel at Fan Expo Philly. Not this one, just really basic introduction to idols one. Next up is Anime Expo. This one's going to be a little bit different because I have a co-host with me. And my next announcement, my big one, my next place I'm going to be presenting at is actually 2. I'm going to be working at Otakon. It's not going to be my usual panel. I'm going to be doing basic stuff with a well-known cover group called Munite. They've been on the scene for a long time. They've been doing this longer than I have. And my other big announcement, my next time presenting this panel specifically It's gonna be Anime NYC 2024.
Yeah, I know a bunch of people that are going to Anime NYC, and hopefully they
Yes,
go to this panel.
Anime NYC is sort of my home con. Just because like all of my friends go to it. And so I'm also going to be presenting that one with Scrub as well. Because I can handle like the smaller stages, but going on like the big cons, like I need a little bit of backup from my my favorite head chef that creates horrible things with me. So we're gonna be doing Anime NYC together. Probably also gonna be doing Northwest Idol Fest. I haven't gotten the panel acceptance yet. But that one's gonna be like the new iteration because I'm actually currently reworking the panel right now to have like a little bit extra stuff to it. And just sort of like refresh it too. Um, but yeah, so I've presented this
Quite a lot.
quite a lot. I've managed my last con goal. My last two con goals is present this one specifically at Otakon and Anime Central. Do Anime Central. And then eventually I would like to take it overseas. Maybe present at like MCM London or something.
Yeah, cause like Wota are like mixes and stuff. It's very it's something that people need to know, especially me.
Yeah.
I know basics. I know whatever Pomu taught, and it's probably
Yeah.
wrong. And then Alex Pinku's like very
No.
small video, but like yeah.
So Pomu is not the issue. Pomu knows her shit.
Right.
It's the fans that were clipping her stuff that have put like incorrect romanization on stuff. Like I know that there are like transcripts of Kahan Sandra that exist that say Chape Ape Baba when it's Chape Ape Fama. Which is like my biggest complaint when it comes to that. So like Pomu didn't do anything wrong. It's the people who have I don't want to say misrepresented, but like just wrote down things incorrectly, and because a lot of people were interested in it, they took those texts and just sort of ran with the wrong stuff pretty much.
I see. I guess on to the next thing. Like, with Idolparty LA happened. Next week we got Natsumatsuri. I'm gonna be there. You're gonna be there. Haim Crab is gonna be there. My friend Andrew's gonna be there. All the people are gonna be there. Like, what can we do to have like the idol scene, this kaigai idol scene, break out of like the con circuit? Cause like, yeah.
Keep supporting these events. That's the most important thing. Like, for Pan Ranger's birthday event or this, like I've been encouraging people like, hey, you can't attend, that's fine. Do you have the money to sponsor someone who wants to go but can't? Do that, because the most important thing for these events is not even show promoters, but like show the venues that people want these events. So then, like, unfortunately at the end of the day, like the way you show them is with your wallet. So like buy those tickets. Tell people, like, get the word out. I think that's the most important way to like expose people to idol culture is be like, hey, here's this thing, it's really cool, it's super interactive. Do you like interactive entertainment? Like, you should check it out. I think like that is the most important way to pull idol events out of the con circuit, and we're starting to see it happen. There is going to be a independent event in Grand Rapids, Michigan happening soon. There's also one happening up in somewhere in like the Boston suburbs. I don't remember exactly where. Both of those are happening in September. So like it's getting there, but it's just so important to like get that word out and get like money into the pockets of those venues to like show them that like people do want this, and it is something that like if you build it, they will come.
Yeah, cause like, I mean, like it did. Like most of this, like the idol showcases, the cosplay, like idol covers stuff. It all started at anime cons, and like of course, like that's where everyone converges. That's like the main hotspot for like that culture. But like this is something that deserves to like break out. You know, break out.
It's
of,
something that can be bigger, absolutely. And I think, without going too much into it, unfortunately, a lot of conventions do fail, like idol groups, because they are so local, laser focused rather on like 2D idols that they don't even look the way of like original idols. Like I know so many original idols that have not been accepted into idol showcases in favor of other cover groups because they just don't know better.
Right. Yeah, like giving like people giving like original idols like you know a place to perform,
Yeah.
and then like it's fine like Love Live cover groups. That's, people gotta start somewhere and like they gotta perform, sure, but like like separating the two where like we have original idols can perform like Idolparty LA or like and then the cosplayers can do their own thing, but like yeah, that's what I want. That's what that because like I don't want to go to a damn anime con every time to like see a idol showcase. I just want to see like an actual
Definitely,
event,
yeah.
right?
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
I guess from a fan point of view, since like you've been in this scene forever, not forever, not that's fucked up.
That kind of happened in it forever at the end of the day, yeah.
I mean, like
We don't talk about how old I am, but any moment now, I'm gonna be turning into dust. So
but like from a whoa, shout out Pan Ranger. From a
shout out Pan Ranger.
fan point of view, what can the US Kaigai idols do / improve on to like I don't know.
So I've said this before because someone asked me on my Telenem. For me, the biggest thing is be willing to take risks with your set lists. I feel like a lot of performers opt for more safe set lists that like 2D idol fans gravitate towards, where it'll be like a lot of Vocaloid, a lot of like really really common songs like like Heavy Rotation for example or something like that. But I think performing songs that are lesser known, making them part of your staple list, and then exposing people to those songs and then them becoming crowd favorites. Like, for example, to use Pan Ranger, they started performing Mock Drive Time by Plankstars. And initially it was like 2 whole people that knew it, like maybe 3, depending on who was in the crowd. And I was one of them because it's my favorite Plasta song. But eventually, like, people watched them perform it, and people who weren't familiar with Playstars were like, "Oh, this song's really fun. There's a lot of crowd interaction, etc." Ditto for over in the West Coast, where like the West Coast is still a little chica idol minded, but there's still a lot 2D. A lot of people would listen to like Oidemase or Triangle Dreamer, because Triangle Dreamer's been performed a bunch over there. Ditto for Oidemase, where like originally people didn't know what to do, and now like the people who were fans are starting to show the others these songs, and now it's just sort of starting to spread out where it's becoming like a bit of a like classic song to perform over there. So I think that's my biggest takeaway from the scene for me, for other performers, is like take risks with your like set list, like perform songs that people aren't gonna know but will learn in the future. Like the biggest thing for idols is that crowd interaction beyond just like fangirl squeals. It's I don't want to come off rude when I say this, but like there's nothing better than going to an idol live and having like an interactive live where you can call and mix and very copy to, and I want to see more of that in the culture over here.
For sure. I guess it's a question for you and me, for both of us. How the hell do we get like more people into the scene?
Like I said before, tell your friends, show them videos. Like I love showing like the crazy videos that I've taken at events where like people are getting lifted, people are shouting, like good performances. Like I love showing people the video from, it was Ocon 2023, it was Pan Ranger's performance of Climax Jump. There is a yeah, I can confirm I have ambushed Zelda with a lot of clips, and I've gotten her into like a couple groups. Like I love. There's this one clip that I show people. It's Eri holding our friend Mikio on his shoulders, running around in a wide circle.
What?
Because people are like, one, what the hell's going on? Two, what? What is this? And so you get to explain to them like, oh, this is like a idol event, like this was going on, like this was an experience I had. And you can just sort of like paint a picture for people who aren't familiar with the culture. To be like, hey, this isn't just, girl shaves her head 15 years ago, like type of thing. Like idol culture is a lot deeper than just that.
I see.
And otherwise, yeah, like Pengi, who just came in the chat, mentioned too, like take your friends to events. Like if they have nothing going on, like just be like, okay, come to this thing with me, and then take them and force them to stay.
Yeah, Heim. Thank you for buying the ticket to Natsumatsuri. We're gonna have so
Thanks
much
for buying
fun.
a ticket, Heim. I'll teach you everything I can.
But yeah, like this is like, it is niche, and it is like the idol culture here needs. This is why I goddamn like made the show.
Yeah.
Like I wanted to like give people like a platform for other people that like have watched me, and like to get into the culture or like get into the scene. Like it is a tough task. It is legitimately tough, but like that's what I want. I just want more people,
too,
right?
Like the last couple years with the release of a certain anime that highlights the quote unquote dark side of the culture.
Yeah.
It doesn't help that release, and so a lot of people have automatically latched onto it, and they're like, oh well,
That's the dance.
why? A lot, like a lot of people have latched onto that, and they're like, oh, well, why do you want to get into this? Like it's so corrupt. And I'm like, no, I mean, yeah, like everyone has its bad apples, like, but at the end of the day, it's not as prevalent as like the series makes it out to be.
For sure. Bad apple. But yeah, like being someone who just got into the scene early this year and like really pushing the kaigai like culture. I just want this to grow.
Yeah.
I literally just want this to grow. That's why I bought a prism badge at IDOLFest, because I really want to, well,
Thanks,
to
King.
support the kaigai scene one, and also my Kamiyoshi is going to IDOLFest, so I might as well.
I guess I gotta.
But yeah, I guess we need more people. In 5, okay, yeah, this is a hypothetical, but like in 5 years' time, where do you see the scene going?
In 5 years, I'm not gonna say like, oh, well, like every like major American city is gonna have like weekly events. Like that's a
little much.
Yeah, I do not see that happening.
It's gonna be Tokyo.
What I see is Southern California, DMV, New Jersey. I hope to see like every other month, like a small event. I would like for us to be the level that like Australia is in 5 years, because I think Sydney and Melbourne have like really good scenes there.
Right.
I would like to be on the same level that they are, like where it's like it's not major sold out crowds like every event, but you have like a number of people who every time always go to the event. They're always supporting their ocean.
There's
like,
passion. There is passion
there's
in
passion
those
there.
scenes.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
There's absolutely passion. So that's what I would like to see in 5 years. And then like IdolFest, like so this is our last year in Seattle. I can't fully divulge what our plans are after this.
Right. That's fine. That is absolutely fine.
We do have plans to like, once we get the team behind us, to expand as well. So
for sure. Like 5 years time, I'm expecting like monthlies, like in like hopefully Idolparty does a lot more events. 5 years time, maybe like
Idolparty Volume 68.
or like, yeah, but like Honestly, I just want more of this. I just getting that kick from like going to JP Taibans and then experiencing it here and wanting so much more of that experience of that kick of like
Exactly, yeah.
that's what I keep saying it, but like there's really no other point to like no other way to say it, but like I really that's all I want, man. All I want.
Listen,
Yeah.
having people who are passionate about the scene growing is vital to having the scene grow. So
Right. I guess one last thing.
What?
What would you tell yourself before getting into this scene, into this culture?
Get a better paying job.
Same.
Oh, that Chucky addiction a little taking, but it's fine. I love ice soup with just a little bit of lemon pepper on it. Exquisite. I'm kidding. I'm not that bad. I think the main thing I would tell myself is don't get discouraged. Like things are not always like it's not gonna be the growth that you want. It's gonna take a little longer than you want, but that's okay because as long as the growth happens.
I see.
And yeah, get a better job.
Ooh, the amount of cash I spent on Chuckies too, and with lives. Ooh. But
I
like,
had to quit that Chuck E. Cheese habit because those are expensive on iPhone. Jun actually had shown me like, yeah, if you like order it like through browser, it's exponentially cheaper because you get charged in yen. So I found that out too late because my main Oshi that was using Chuck E. Cheese graduated.
oh man.
But I was like, I found out soon enough to get a couple with her before she graduated. So
Heck yeah. I was planning to retire this segment after what happened in the last episode, but you know what? We can't let one bad apple ruin the show.
What, huh? What, huh?
So, please welcome the worst pep talk ever.
Well, Pog, I was hoping to get one of these.
So, if you've never seen bad apple, if you've never seen whatever this is, I get 1 minute to tell the absolute worst, and judging from the last episode, absolutely worst pep talk ever. So, Ashes, the timer starts now. Ashes.
All right, I'm like signing your Chucky right now.
Ashes, you've done so much for the community, and oh my god, I guess getting to know you and like whatever you do for the community, like organizing like the events, you know, talking with guests, being super connected with other guests. Yeah, like you do so much for the community. You are, I want to say, the backbone. I really do want to say the backbone. Fine. You are pretty integral to the US kaigai scene, and you are doing so much, and I appreciate you so much for what you do for the WOTA, the Idol Call mixed panels, like spreading that knowledge. I really want to go to one, and unfortunately I can't go to AX, but hey, you know, you do so much. Really, you do so much, and oh my god, like I just want this scene to grow. I just want idol culture to grow, and as long as you keep doing it, I'll try to do the same with IDOLEYEZ. And that has been the poo-pooist pep talk ever.
Listen, I think you did pretty okay. Don't worry about it. Thank you. I really appreciate it. I will fully admit there are definitely like some times where I sit and I'm like, why do I do what I do? And then like Idolparty, where I see my friends getting lifted, like I see my friends getting to experience like finding an Oshi for the first time, or like getting to see their Oshi for like the 500th time. and it makes me realize, maybe I'm actually doing something right. You know? You wouldn't pet my dog full of dude. I just saw that.
Ashes, do you have like anything you want to promote? Stuff from the show zone, stuff that is outside the show zone. You have the floor.
Yes. Okay. So, if if somehow you didn't get bored of me yapping, my Twitter is at Gene Galactica. Please follow me. Please, and like, talk to me. I'm not that weird, I promise. Stuff to promote. First and foremost, Natsumatsuri is happening this weekend. If you are not in New Jersey or if you cannot attend, if you have $20, don't hesitate. Sponsor someone who wants to attend but can't. Every little bit counts. After that, my panel is at Anime Expo with my friend Scrub. July 5th, 10:30 a.m., Los Angeles Convention Center, room 419 AB. Where I'm so scared. It's gonna be two ADHD bitches with no Vyvanse prescription and a prayer. I don't know how this is gonna go. Otherwise, after that, Anime NYC Friday. I don't remember my time yet. As soon as I can officially announce it, I will. Check out Sora Sora, even though there's a horrible language difference. I don't think anyone here speaks Thai, but it's fine. Their music's really fun. It's really mixable. All the members speak good enough English that you can like talk with them. They reply back to you. It's great. Yeah, I think that's everything. I'm never debuting as an idol. I have the dancing skills of a newborn deer and the singing skills of a drunk person on like 10 shots at karaoke. I'm never debuting.
And I guess that concludes this episode of Idolize with Ashes. But if I can do one more thing, if I can ask one more thing from the crowd.
Yes.
All right. This is like the only time I do call and response. All right. Chat. Chat. When I say Aussie, 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 you go oi, oi, oi. Type it in chat. Aussie, Aussie, Aussie.
Oi, oi, oi.
Aussie, Aussie, Aussie.
Oi, oi, oi.
And I guess that like foreshadows our next arc that starts in 2 weeks for Idolize. Let's go to that right now.
Everybody, give me your energy. Dragon Ball. Hi! Why is there green over there? What the fuck?
Back on, desktop audio on. Yeah, so we are starting the Aussie Open arc of Idolize July 10th. July 10th, I think that's a Wednesday. We are skipping next week because I'll be in Jersey for that entire week, so I'll be there for Natsumatsuri, and I'll be chilling with my family. But the week after, we are starting the Aussie Open arc with Mayhem of Fable, who is absolutely awesome. Fable just came out with their EP. Please listen to it. I think it's called To the
Fable's
Future.
so good.
Fable is so good. Like learning about the Aussie idol scene after like getting back from Japan and like getting that into that scene. Fable's so good, and I can't wait to interview Mayhem July 10th, 2024. 5 p.m. PDT, 8 p.m. EDT. And for the Australian crowd, I know there's like one regular Australian viewer. Hi, Doki.
Shout out to you.
Love you, Doki. That'll be July 11th, 10 a.m. AEST. I know it's pretty much a bad spot for the Aussie crowd, but we do have the VOD coming up the day after. So that is fine, hopefully. Yeah. That is, oh, I forgot to show, like, I got my Australian polo that I got from Goodwill. You can't really see it, but it says Australia. It says like Australia down the chest, and like, but it's like reflected, but like whatever. But like, yeah.
That's horrifically gaudy. I love it.
But yeah, that is the Aussie Open arc. We have 3 guests lined up for the Aussie Open arc. None of them, spoiler alert, none of them are my Oshi. So no, not yet, and that's not the time. Not the time. Not yet. Not yet. Not yet. Hi Gumi, I know you.
Baby steps, baby steps.
I know you watched the VOD. Not yet, but.
Gumi, come on, Idolize.
But everyone that I have on are pretty awesome people. Not gonna spoil. Mayhem's really good, and like Fable
Love
as a unit is, they can perform, man. They can perform. Oh my god. But yeah,
Fable's been active for a good amount of time too.
I think like 2021. I want to say, yeah, like they're pretty active, and like I can't wait to interview Mayhem. Mayhem, I watched their Twitch streams and they're pretty fun. But yeah, that will be in 2 weeks. Idolize takes a break next week. I was gonna put up a vlog about my experience in Idolparty LA, but I had like no footage, and I was so anxious about vlogging in public. I don't know how Marmalade does it, but like, yeah, no, we're not doing vlogs. No. So nothing next week. The week after, Mayhem episode 9 of Fable. Yeah, so that will be the schedule, and like we have 3 other guests for the Aussie Open arc. So yeah,
Yay.
that concludes Idoleyez for tonight. Ashes, do you have anyone that you want to raid?
Do I have anyone that I want to raid? Let me see. I like how my eyes went immediately to the top of my Twitch following list. I was like, oh, let's raid Eggy. Let's raid. I'm gonna DM their name to you. They're also an Idol fan.
Ooh.
You may recognize the name. I just sent it to you on Discord.
I might. Who dis?
We are mutuals on Twitter. They are very nice, and I think they'd appreciate a raid from Idol fans.
I see. I do want to check them first. I'll mute it. Do I know them? Oh, they want to become an idol? All right. Yeah. You know what? Sure. Let's raid them. we'll be raiding Miyuyus. Yeah. They are currently doing some. What are they doing? Fortnite. We love Fortnite. We love Fortnite. One of their friends
Jump,
has
jump.
Tilted Towers. One of them has the snake skin. I think they're playing as Katara. That's awesome. So we'll be raiding them. Yeah. So in 2 weeks, Aussie Open arc, Mayhem of Fable. Yeah. Go to Natsumatsuri if you're in the East Coast area. Go to the panels. Go to AX. Go to the panel, please. And yeah. Take care. Brush hair. Be kind. Rewind. I forgot to enter that. There we go. Yeah, we'll be going to Miyu's stream. Yeah. Take care. Brush hair. Be kind.
Thank you
Rewind.
guys. Bye.
Have a good night. We'll be going to the ending screen. Wow.
And no Idol debut over. Bye.